Recognized.
Mr. Speaker, House Resolution 1343 provides for consideration of H.R. 5959, the Intelligence Authorization Act for fiscal year 2009, under a structured rule. The rule provides 1 hour of debate controlled by the Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence and makes in order 7 amendments. 3 amendments are to be offered by my colleagues in the minority, including 1 by the Republican whip and 1 by the ranking Republican of the Intelligence Committee. 3 are to be offered by Democrats, and the last one by 2 bipartisan sponsors. This is a fair rule, and I urge my colleagues to support it. Mr. Speaker, today, more than ever, strengthening our intelligence apparatus and giving it the flexibility it needs to meet continuing threats should be one of this body's highest priorities. The resurgence of al-Qaeda and increasing global threats underscore the importance of the authorization bill before us today. The Intelligence Authorization Act authorizes funding for 16 United States intelligence agencies and intelligence-related activities for the United States government for fiscal year 2009. Due to the classified nature of this bill, I wish to point out that members can view the classified portions of the bill by making an appointment with the Intelligence Committee in H405 of the Capitol. Despite the House's best efforts for the past 3 years, an intelligence authorization bill has not become law. Therefore, I'm very pleased today with this well-balanced bipartisan bill. I'm hopeful that this great work will continue, concluding with the President's signature of the underlying legislation into law. This year's intelligence authorization bill adds crucial funding to enhance human intelligence collection, as well as for other enduring and emerging global security challenges we face in Asia, Africa, and Latin America. The bill also provides funding to address the impact of climate change on our national and energy security. Mr. Speaker, in recent years, we've seen the devastating costs that flawed intelligence and a misinformed Congress can have on national security. This bill enhances accountability and transparency through long overdue oversight and monitoring. The underlying bill increases reporting requirements to the House and Senate Intelligence Committees on the nuclear capabilities of North Korea, Iran, and Syria. The bill also amends the National Security Act to require the executive branch to provide Congress with the necessary information about our intelligence operations to ensure proper oversight. As someone who sat through countless hours of Intelligence Committee hearings and briefings, I've been appalled by the unwillingness and outright stonewalling of the Bush administration when members have asked even the most basic questions about our intelligence community policies and practices. Additionally, the underlying legislation helps restore our nation's global credibility by ensuring that we meet our international obligations. The reporting requirements on compliance with the Detainee Treatment Act and the Military Commissions Act regarding detentions and interrogations bring credibility and security to our nation for future generations. The bill also furthers our commitment to improving the intelligence community's security and clearance process. It increases pay for intelligence officers, and I would underscore much needed increases, and enhances oversight and accountability through the creation of an intelligence Director General. Moreover, the underlying legislation includes a provision that would require reporting on plans to enhance diversity within the intelligence community. And a lot of effort has gone into this particular measure, beginning with our former colleague Louis Stokes and our departed colleague Julian Dixon, and the work of my colleague Sanford Bishop and myself, as well as the chair and countless members of the committee, in trying to ensure that we have the appropriate diversity in the intelligence community. The diversity of our nation should be directly reflected in our intelligence community's workforce. We cannot and will not appropriately meet our security challenges without ensuring this. I appreciate and support these efforts, as the issue, as I expressed, was one of my top concerns when I served on the Intelligence Committee. Finally, I would like to thank Chairman Reyes for including in his amendment a provision written by my colleague on the Rules Committee, Representative Peter Welch, that addresses the employment needs of resettled Iraqi and Afghani interpreters. Our government has a moral responsibility to provide proper resources for these allies who risk their lives to assist our efforts to fight global terrorist threats. This measure will help fill gaps in our intelligence gathering activities and is a start toward fulfilling our obligations to our Iraqi and Afghani allies. Mr. Speaker, the threats posed to our nation are only intensifying. To keep pace, America's intelligence community requires the most robust and modern tools to identify and disrupt such attacks. This Intelligence Authorization Act does just that. I urge my colleagues to support this rule and the underlying legislation, and I reserve the balance of my time.
Gentleman from Florida reserves the balance of his time. Gentleman from Washington.
Thank you.